You finally did it. Your bag is packed, zipped up, and ready to roll. Every shirt folded neatly, every gadget tucked in the perfect spot. You step back, look at your suitcase, and think, perfect. This time, I nailed it. But here's the truth that catches millions of travelers off guard every single day. Inside that perfect bag might be something that ruins your morning at TSA. Maybe it's that full water bottle you forgot to empty. Maybe it's that souvenir lotion that's just a little over the size limit. Or maybe it's that one tangled cord that the scanner can't recognize. Whatever it is, it's waiting, quietly, to turn your smooth travel day into a stressful one. In 2025, airport security is faster, smarter, and more advanced than ever before. But that also means it's less forgiving. The smallest mistake can now trigger an inspection, delay your flight, or even get your bag flagged for suspicious contents. So here's the big question. What are the most common packing mistakes travelers still make, even after years of flying? Which everyday items can get you stopped, delayed, or fined? And how do you pack in 2025 to glide through security without a single pause? Let's start with the one that ruins more mornings than any other: liquids. You've probably heard it 100 times, the 311 rule. But TSA recently revealed a shocking number. Over 130 million people were stopped last year because of water bottles alone. That's right, 130 million travelers lost time, missed flights, or had their bags searched simply because they forgot to empty their water bottle. It sounds silly, but it's real. Imagine the scene. You're in line, the clock is ticking, you can see your gate number flashing on the screen. Your bag slides into the scanner and suddenly the officer's expression changes. They pull your bag aside, unzip it, and pull out a water bottle. You try to explain, but it doesn't matter. They have to check everything manually. The fix is laughably simple, but most people still skip it. Just empty your water bottle before security and refill it after you pass through. Airports now have refill stations at nearly every terminal. And if you want to be extra efficient, carry a collapsible travel bottle. It folds into your pocket, saves space, and avoids the problem entirely. Now, let's talk about the second mistake: overpacking your personal item. We all want to squeeze in a little extra: the just-in-case jacket, the second pair of shoes, the backup charger. But here's the thing: TSA scanners don't like dense bags. When your bag is tightly packed, the machine can't see what's inside. To you, it's just a neat little cube of clothes. To TSA, it's a dark, unreadable block that could be hiding anything, from electronics to liquids to tools. And when that happens, you're pulled aside again, the bag is opened, every item pulled out one by one, and your time? Gone. But the frustration doesn't stop there. Airlines are tightening their size checks too. If your personal item is even an inch over the limit, they can count it as a full carry-on, and that means paying extra or gate checking it. So while you're congratulating yourself for packing efficiently, you might actually be setting yourself up for fees and delays.
Hi there, this is Airport Aviation Guide, and I'm so glad you're watching this video. I travel a lot and always try to bring you the most up-to-date and useful information. In return, I ask you to fasten your seatbelts, subscribe, and give a like. And now, Cuddly, let's take off.
There's also one overlooked detail: the weight of your bag. Some airlines, especially in Europe and Asia, now weigh personal items. A heavy bag can trigger not just a fee, but even a repack inspection, where you're asked to redistribute your things. So what's the smart move? Keep your essentials light and easy to scan. Put heavier or dense items like chargers, books, or toiletries closer to the top of the bag. This helps TSA identify them quickly and move you through faster. Because at the end of the day, your perfect bag isn't about fitting everything you own. It's about avoiding the little mistakes that slow you down before your trip even begins. And here's the scary part. Even if you pass security smoothly, the next set of mistakes can be hiding in plain sight. The items that seem harmless, but can suddenly make your bag look suspicious. You've seen the easy part. Now let's go deeper into the things you thought were fine to pack, but in 2025 can cause real problems. You've emptied your water bottle, packed lighter, and think you've finally mastered TSA. But here's where most travelers get blindsided by items that look completely harmless, yet appear suspicious to a scanner. In 2025, airport technology is sharper than ever. It doesn't miss much, but it also doesn't understand context. That means even the most innocent objects can suddenly trigger a full inspection. So here's what we need to figure out. Which everyday items confuse TSA's new scanners? Why are travelers losing perfectly normal things like snacks or vitamins? And what small packing habits quietly raise red flags every single day? Let's start with the one that fools everyone: dense or cluttered packing. The new CT scanners can rotate and analyze your bag in 3D, but even they have limits. If everything is jammed together, books stacked, cords tangled, clothes compressed, it looks like a single solid block. And when the system can't see through your bag, the officer has to check it manually. So how do you avoid this? Spread things out. Use separate pouches for cables, electronics, and liquids. If you use compression cubes, don't overstuff them. Tightly packed clothes look identical to metal or electronics on screen. And always keep your laptop or tablet near the top of the bag, easy to remove. Now, let's move to something travelers rarely think about: food. In 2025, TSA still follows the same liquid rule. But here's the twist: it applies to food too. Soups, sauces, yogurts, and dips like hummus all count as liquids or gels. Even something as innocent as salad dressing can get your bag pulled aside. Want to bring your favorite snack? Make it solid. Pack sandwiches, crackers, or dry snacks, not containers of semi-liquids. If you love hummus, spread it between crackers before you travel. A little preparation saves a lot of time and avoids the embarrassment of watching your food tossed into a trash bin. Then comes medication. Loose pills, vitamins, or supplements are one of the biggest triggers for manual checks now. Unlabeled containers look suspicious, especially if you're carrying multiple types of pills. To TSA, it's not about what they are, it's about identifying them quickly. Keep medication in its original bottle, or bring a photo of your prescription. If that's not possible, use a clear, labeled organizer instead of a baggie. These may sound like small details, but they matter. Every extra question at security slows down hundreds of people behind you. And TSA officers aren't trying to be difficult, they just need certainty. And then there's a problem no one expects: what's written or printed in your bag. One actor recently found himself surrounded by 5 TSA officers because of a movie script in his backpack. The script included the words airplane bomb and cockpit, and the scanner flagged it. It wasn't a threat, it was a screenplay, but the officers didn't know that. It took a supervisor to recognize the actor and clear the misunderstanding. The lesson? Be mindful of what you carry. Books, scripts, or documents that mention violent or sensitive topics might look like something more serious until proven otherwise. It might sound extreme, but remember, TSA discovered over 6,600 firearms at checkpoints in 2024, and 94% were loaded. That's why they can't take chances. Every odd-looking item must be checked until it's proven safe. And it's not just what you pack, it's how you pack it. If your bag looks messy, heavy, or full of random items, you're more likely to be flagged for secondary screening. Clean, organized packing doesn't just make you look prepared, it makes the system trust you. You might think you're done now, that your bag is finally TSA-proof. But the truth is, there's still one mistake that causes more trouble than all the others combined. A mistake that doesn't just delay you, it can actually stop you from boarding your flight completely. And the craziest part? Most travelers don't even realize they're making it until it's too late.
You made it through TSA. No delays, no bag checks, smooth sailing. But don't relax just yet, because the most dangerous packing mistakes aren't caught before your flight. They're caught right before boarding. It's the calm before the storm. You're standing at the gate, your flight's on time, your boarding group flashes on the screen, and suddenly your name gets called. Passenger, please step aside. What happened? In 2025, airlines and airport security share more information than ever. That means if your luggage contains something unsafe, even unintentionally, the system knows before you board. And the number one reason passengers are being pulled aside this year? Batteries. Power banks, e-cigarettes, spare lithium batteries, these cannot go in checked luggage, ever. If the sensors detect them, the airline will remove your bag from the hold, or worse, delay the entire flight while they investigate. This happens thousands of times a month, and most travelers never realize why their flight suddenly needs a few more minutes. So, rule number 1, keep all electronics and batteries in your carry-on. If it charges, lights up, or heats up, don't check it in. It's that simple, and it can literally prevent an emergency. Next, let's talk about sharp or restricted tools. Pocket knives, corkscrews, scissors. They seem harmless, especially if they're small, but TSA doesn't make exceptions. If it can cut, puncture, or twist, it's gone. And here's a secret most travelers don't know. Those confiscated items are often resold later through government auctions. So yes, that fancy Swiss Army knife you lost, someone's probably bidding on it online right now. Now for a danger most people ignore completely: public Wi-Fi. While you're waiting to board, you connect to the free airport network to check your email or boarding pass. But here's the catch: anyone else on that same network can spy on what you're doing. Passwords, banking info, even your travel details, all vulnerable. That's why smart travelers use a VPN or their phone's mobile data instead. Because the last thing you need before a vacation is your credit card getting hacked at gate 12A. And finally, medications. So many travelers still make the mistake of packing their prescriptions in checked luggage. It sounds convenient until your suitcase goes missing in transit. It happens every day. If you rely on medication, keep it with you in your personal item bag, labeled and accessible. That tiny detail can be the difference between a calm flight and a nightmare at 35,000 feet. So now, after all that, you've learned the truth. Packing isn't about fitting more into your suitcase. It's about avoiding the little mistakes that can turn a dream trip into a stressful disaster. Take a few minutes before every flight to double-check your bag, your liquids, electronics, chargers, food, and medications. Travel smart, travel light, and most importantly, travel aware. Because in 2025, it's not the big things that ruin your trip. It's the small ones you never think about. Now, tell me, in the comments, what's the worst packing mistake you've ever made? Let's see whose story tops the list.